Last night I watched Nights of Cabiria, a 1 hour, 58-minute 1957 movie directed by Federico Fellini. And I have to admit, last week I was wrong in my review of Suddenly Last Summer because I said that was probably going to be the best movie I watched this year, because this movie is one of the 10-15 best movies that I've ever seen. Emotionally, I haven't been this fucked up and sad after watching a movie since first watching Freaks, or In a Lonely Place, or Hanabi, which is my all-time favorite movie. But also, it's got everything. It's one of the funnier movies of all time. It's also left me kind of grimly hopeful in a destitute way. It's one of the best shot movies ever. Some of the shots are just as good as anything, and I adore black and white, so this was a real treat for me. This is definitely one of the funniest and most entertaining movies ever, and it's worth a watch on that alone. Fellini has a gift for the rhythm of a scene, and it just kind of gives you this sort of ooh and ah feeling when watching it, like you're watching a magic trick. Half of this movie is sex workers just hilariously arguing and yelling at each other in a very Italian manner. And side note, I feel like Italian movies from the 50s in particular, for whatever reason, get shit on from a certain sort of anti-film nerd population online. And I agree, it's lame when people make the fact that they know rare movies or media a big part of their identity. Personally, I try very hard not to do that. I consider myself way more of a film idiot than a film nerd. I just love movies so much. But to shit on those people, other people make videos mockingly saying stuff like, oh, you wouldn't know my favorite movie. It's some 1951 Italian movie where a guy watches a train for 6 hours with no dialogue. And to be honest, that kind of gets me mad, because I even believed that for a while about Fellini's movies, but it could not be further from the truth. I've seen 3 movies by Fellini now, and they're all hilarious and entertaining and masterpieces. Eva Deloni is a hilarious and entertaining movie about a group of man-children living in Rome. It's like Goodfellas if they were fail sons. Il Bidoni is a hilarious and entertaining and very sad movie about the scummiest guys you've ever seen scamming other poor people in post-war Rome. I mean, they sell fake antibiotics to sick people at one point. You cannot get shittier than that. And this movie is just so good and charming and easy to watch in the same way that like The Waterboy is or something. But it's also depressing as hell. So on Wikipedia, it classifies this as a drama starring Giulietta Messina as Cabiria, a sex worker living in Rome. But as mentioned, it's not just that. I don't really know how to classify it. It's about a woman who scraped out just enough of a life that she's happy with and is somehow resilient in face of all the tragedy that befalls her. I mean, it literally opens with her getting pushed off a cliff into a river where she almost drowns to death because she can't swim. And she's a fascinating character played so well by Messina, who brings like a Charlie Chaplin or Buster Keaton level of physical comedy to her, but she's got these big wide eyes that convey sadness and yearning so well. She's in constant battle with herself the whole movie. Half of her is this woman that's self-protective, that has her guard permanently up, that rightfully doesn't trust anyone because of how many people want to take advantage of her. And the other half yearns for something more. She has this deep, innocent spirit that she's constantly trying to push down, and she so desperately wants to believe in something and have something good happen to her. And yeah, the result is one of the very best and most affecting movies I've personally ever seen. I'm still kind of fucked up by it. My housemate had to watch 3 Godzilla movies, at least, to try and get over it. 6 stars out of 5, maybe 7. What a genius Fellini is. Have you seen anything recently that's going in your top 10 or 15? Sound off in the comments below, and thanks for watching.